Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are live. Thank you for making time to join us. We are also streaming on YouTube. I will share the YouTube link with you as well so that you can also share with your friends and family and fans as well. And I'll also um, great. So today we are joined by four lovely people. We have Justin Mirishi, we have Amali Chopeta, yeah, and I believe we'll be joined by Leila as well.
Yeah.
And then we also have the director Winnie Adisa. Maybe quickly introduce yourself, a bit, 30 seconds each.
Shall we start with the ladies?
The actors.
Okay, let's start. Let's start with Amali.
Oh,
Amali.
okay. Vipi mambo? Hamjambo nyote. My name is Amali Chopeta. Mimi ni mtoto wa pwani. Nilihamia jiji kidogo shule na kazi. I'm an actress. I do catering for Swahili food. And yeah, basically that. I think hayo mengine tutapatana pale Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Yes, na kadhalika. But I'm glad to be here.
Awesome, awesome. If Leila, you can hear us, maybe quickly introduce yourself and your role on the project.
Oh.
My name is Leila. And I'm the producer for Susan's Diary, my Chronicles.
Great. I think we're having some problems with your internet, but let's, as we fix that, let's hear from Winnie.
Oh yeah, my name is Winnie Adisa. The director, creator of Susan's Diary, Martin's Chronicles. Yes.
Awesome.
I'm glad that I'm here today.
Okay, cool. Welcome. Yeah, let's jump to the gentleman, Justin.
Yes, my name is Justin Mirichi. I'm an actor. I was very fortunate to be on this project. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Awesome, awesome. My name is Wilfred. I'm, I'll be moderating for you today. I just get, to know every one of these amazing filmmakers and what drives them. So if I may start with Winnie as the person who was the anchor on this project. I believe you came up with the idea, and then you asked, is it Ben Movaka to help you write it? Just tell us your inspiration behind, coming up with this idea.
Oh, pretty much interesting. Life stories, life, what people go through in relationships. Some of them based on what happened to me in relationships. I think relationships are interesting things to talk about. I mean, you can never run out of stories when it comes to relationships, but the only thing is, how do you tell a story differently in a way that is also relatable to the audience and the people around you? So yeah, my inspiration was based on a true story that happened to me. I mean, I was in a bad relationship that wasn't working, and I said, okay, fine, you start observing also other people, what they are going through, and I just did what every creative would do, turn it story. Yes.
So who did you turn to get to have this made? I know you brought in a few other people.
Oh yeah, so when I came up with the concept of the show, it's something that was always there, but then I was scared about doing it until now. I actually approached, at the time I was working with Leila on a different set, and she really encouraged me and pushed me to, hey, you know, we need that, the high time you start producing your own shows, you know. You have people around you telling you, hey, Winnie, do this thing. So one of the people was Leila. That's why I brought her in as a producer. Then, of course, having worked with Ben Muvaka for a very long time, I called him, I shared the idea with him, and am I frozen? I called him and I shared the idea with him. And we just started brainstorming something that was supposed to be like something very simple. Gosh, I'm getting feedback from my end. I don't
Just
know
continue.
whether. Hello?
Yeah, maybe if I ask Amali and Leila to mute and Justin. And I'll mute myself as well.
All right. Yeah, so something that was supposed to be very simple ended up to be this huge. I mean, because I brought in different people who came on board. Everyone who came on board came in with, you know, a little bit of some psych and excitement. That's how it ended up being big. But all credits goes to everyone, especially Tena Ben Muvaka, because the way it started, it's not what we are seeing it right now. It was supposed to be something very, very simple, like poetic and something, though we put in a little bit of that. But yes. Your microphone.
Yeah, if I may go to Leila, because you came into the project quite early. You know, what did you think of the idea when you know you were approached by Winnie, or Winnie told you about the idea?
First of all, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? Oh, okay.
Yes, we can.
So when Winnie approached me for the project, I was actually quite excited because I was like, yeah, finally Winnie has something going on that I'd like to be a part of. So I read the script and I was like, wow, this is something that I have not seen on any Kenyan screen. And it was, I looked at it as a challenge, and I like challenges. And I really loved the script because it was unique, it was authentic, it was raw. It wasn't something that I have seen on Kenyan screens ever. So that's what really moved me. It was a good script.
Awesome. And then, I mean, of course, it's one thing to see characters in, you know, words and everything. You still have to go through the process of casting. Who did you see playing these roles, Winnie?
Sorry?
For Winnie and yourself, whom did you guys discuss about, you know, playing these roles?
That's to me, because that's my question.
Yeah, either or you or Leila.
Oh, well, it was, I think everyone that I approached, because these are people that sometimes you want. I had worked with Amali before. Everyone, Victoria Gishora, I had worked with her. I had worked also with Justin and everyone. Just about everyone that was the main actors: Amali, Victoria, Justin. I had worked with them, and so when I had this idea, I just called them and told them, "Okay, fine. I believe you guys would actually perform well with this role." Okay, well, apart from Justin's story is different because we approached him to cast for us that role. He's gonna explain. He's gonna explain
and
that. But for Amali, for Victoria, exactly. For Victoria and Amali, it was easy because it's people we had worked with. So it was just a discussion between me and Leila. Okay, who do you think can work on this and this? So yeah, we called them. with the hope that they'll agree. So when they came, I just called them and told them, hey, we have this amazing script. Just come and read it and see whether it will be dope. So when they came, they're like, oh my God, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be fun. And they also added some actors, some ideas into them. And I just told them, you know what? Own it and run away with it. And they did excellent, amazing work on those characters, including Justin. Justin will tell us his story, or Leila will tell the story on how he came on board.
Maybe we start with Amali. How excited were you, to jump on this project?
I'm sorry, what? How
excited were you when you got that call?
Well, not as excited as I was when I first read the script, for sure. But I was excited. I had really wanted to work with Winnie from like back in the day. There's a project that she had wanted me to work with her on, but it didn't go through the way we wanted. But I was really, I was like, oh my, I was ecstatic. I loved it. I loved the script even more. Like I'm just really happy that she decided to give me that call. So it was a very nice call. I think it made my day. Yeah.
Awesome. Justin, from what I hear, you came into the project, in another unique way. Please explain how you came into getting involved in the project.
So I'd worked with Winnie on a different project. And so I think when she was doing this, because everyone knows I'm a busy actor, so she probably thought I was busy. So she called me and asked me whether I knew anyone who could fit the part. And there are a few people that I've worked with that I thought would really do a good job. So I gave them a call. But for each of those, I think I called 2 and they were busy. So I passed that information to Winnie, and then she was like, okay, then, how about you? How's your schedule? And I said, why don't you send me your script and then we can talk about it. And so I was sent the script. And when I was sent the script, oh my goodness, it was interesting. The script, if you've watched the show, you will understand why I'm laughing. But I had to share that script with my wife and tell her, okay, I have an offer to play this role. And she read it and she was like, hey, this thing is hot. And I was like, yes, this thing is hot. So I asked her, so what do you think about it? Do you think it's something you see me playing? And because she's my #1 fan, she believes in me, and she's I love the way she thinks and the way she processes stuff. So she told me, it's a job. I know you. I know you'll pull the job off, and just go and do a good job. Do not let me down. That was actually what she said.
Do you think do you think you made her, or what was the feedback from her when she watched the show?
Well, she likes the show. She does think I did a good job. I think we'll invite her at some point to one of these meetings to just say what she thought or how she felt. I really can't speak to that. But I think she was happy with the work, and she was happy with it.
There was someone who was really tough on you on that show. Amali was, as they say, amekukalia chapati. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, what was your kind of what was your chemistry between the two of you, Amali and Justin?
Amali, I think do you want to go first? I do not want to get into trouble.
No. It's been ladies first all this time. Let me give you this one, just this one.
Well, I really enjoyed working with Amali. She understood her character. She understood what the story was about. I think she was actually in the process before me. I was one of the last people to come on board, so I felt like she understood what was supposed to be going on and that kind of stuff. I bounced off a lot on her, and I just feel like she brought her A game. So at certain points, even watching that thing, I'm like, hey, this chick, man.
Oh.
But for her as a person, I think she's a nice person. She's a lady. And am I saying all the right things, Amali? I hope.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah, but I did quite enjoy. I did quite enjoy it. We didn't have any as individuals. We really had the same mind in terms of what we were trying to bring out, and I really love that when I can work with an actor and feel like we are feeding off each other and we're doing a good job together. And I think that's what gave us the chemistry, and then brings out the intensity that you see on screen.
Awesome. Amali?
Well, okay, how do I match up to that? Justin as Justin is very. I felt like he's such a, those thought through people. As Justin, not as Martin, as Justin. So even when you came on set a bit late, like, there's just something, like a connection of sorts, So I think even the fact we've never worked together, right? So even the fact that we got there, and as Justin and Amalia, we sort of clicked. I liked that, because it has to start from there. If we don't gel at some point, or the story won't work. Because Kate and Martin were very intimate, were very, they had their ups and downs. So it needed Justin and Amalia to be friends first, offset. So I think we sort of worked towards that, and we were good with each other. So I guess even Martin and Kate worked better because we already had that. So Martin. Anyway, Martin, simwelewi, manake Martin, wataka nini Martin? Martin, wataka nini? What do you want from me? I don't know. I loved Martin. Martin was an interesting character. The way he would work Kate's nerves without even trying sometimes. Yeah, and I remember Winnie really pushing me to just go all out and be yourself, but I don't know what that means. However, she was like, just go out and just win it, do it like you would and I'm there thinking, Martin, how do you ask me to make food for your friend all the time? Ooh. And then you tell me those are my duties. I want to be them. What? And Martin is up to Martin. So I think I think I also fed off that. And then the fact that he's just like it's no big deal. You know how women can get very, So I loved Martin, and I loved how he could push my buttons very, yeah. I liked him as hizo zingine zote maybe napita nakamпaka kidogo. Martin, are we good?
We are very good. We are very good. As long as you cook for my boys, yeah. I'm good.
Nakwambia hizo kazi ziko ready kaka. I'm not ready for that. Kate's not ready for that. But I loved Justin as much as I loved Martin. So I'm glad I did this project with you. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So for Winnie, I mean, when you're coming up with these characters, what, just briefly maybe tell us each, each character, especially the main characters, who they are, and what you're looking for in those characters or in those actors to play those characters.
Sorry. Yeah, for Martin, the role for Martin, I was looking for, those kawaida, because Martin basically is a guy who has a living chick, but wants more out there. Because there are people like that who've dated, you have a live-in girlfriend, you've dated for like, I think 3-5 years, but then you kind of get comfortable, you want to go out there and just have fun, not just, have fun and experiment. It's not that you don't like this main chick, but it's just for my excitos too, But then now on the flip side, for Eric on the other side, it's a guy who represents the guy who doesn't care, as in, yes, I have a girlfriend, but then even if she comes up with drama, namwangalia tu, yuko tu zile za whatever, me, I'm just there, you get. Then for the girls, Susan is in her 30s. She's a girl a working class lady, looking for love. She loves love. She wants to be loved, but she just makes mistakes when it comes to men, especially now the one night stand that she had with Martin. She became vulnerable. Then from that one night experience, she decided, you know what? I'm not gonna be this girl. I will be more keen when I start dating people, and my eyes will be open. I will be voicing out what I'm going through or what I feel. And that's why her character is just too strong and tells the guy, hey, by the way, in a cold, polite way, as opposed to Kate, who is, hey, drama queen, cook for my boys, but she'll have to question, why do I have to cook for your boys? Why don't you take me out for dinner? You get. But for Susan, when you look at these two characters, for Susan, it's just, I've realized nowadays you don't take me out. And she just writes it in her diary. She doesn't, her action will, the way you don't say it in words, but you kind of insinuate, but you do not want to say it out, to bring it out because of what happened to you in the past. So that's Susan for you. But for Kate, hey, you will know how Joey, that drama queen that boys don't, I don't know, well, it depends on someone's taste, but it's that annoying girlfriend, but the boyfriend still loves her anyway. Yeah, so pretty much those are the characters that were in the show. Leila can say something. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was going to ask in terms of now developing the
I don't know
show,
whether I've covered everything. Yeah.
Yeah, developing the show, and then choosing that title, Susan's Diary, Martin's Chronicle. How when did you decide that was the right title?
I wanted something that is relatable. I wanted a name that can cut across all moods. Initially it was supposed to be Kelly's Diary. Then I went like, Kelly's Diary. It doesn't even sound right, because then I said, okay, fine, let me look at names that are a bit common and a bit not old school, but can still pass in this day and time. So that's why I settled on that for Martin. I think Martin.
Yeah.
Hello. Then I think even for Martin, still the same. I felt like the other names weren't rhyming, like Stephen's Chronicles. It just felt right to me. Yeah.
Awesome. In terms of the structure, there's someone here called Kimani Holding on YouTube asking, why are the episode so short?
Oh yeah, apart from episode 1. Initially, it was supposed to be, just short, straight to the point, not something very prolonged. And initially, like I said, it wasn't supposed to be something this really big. It's only that I got an amazing team. I got actors who came on board and told me, no, Winnie, we can't go small on this. We have to go huge. But you see now the script's already done. And also, but we are hoping to have longer episodes in season 2, hopefully, because this was kind of like a pilot season to just test the waters and see how the audience will accept this kind of show. So that's why more emphasis were put on episode 1, then the rest just follow. Because initially it was just supposed to be 1 episode of each. Then we said, anyway, because we're doing it, let's just do a complete full season, but then just make them small, short and sweet.
Leila.
Yeah.
Leila, can you hear us? I just wanted to find out, in terms of putting the whole project together, how tough was it? In terms of looking for or moving people, what are the challenges that you guys went through during or on set?
I think the main challenge that we had was time constraint. We shot this thing, I think, in 2.5 weeks. Did we? Hello?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can hear you.
I think, we shot this thing, I think 2.5 weeks max. So we had to really shoot back to back, like day, night, and sleep on very few hours. So that was the one challenge that we had. So pushing people, pushing cast.
I think we have a challenge with your internet still. Yeah? Maybe Winnie, maybe you can pick up from there in terms of what are some of the challenges that you guys faced on set or while making the show.
Or the normal challenges of licenses, licenses, staying within the budget, making sure that you've shot within the certain time frame that you have. Because remember, actors have come to you and they've told you, wait, I have this project, so from this day to this day, so how do you make sure you accommodate everyone and shoot within that time frame that you've been given? Because these are, apart from actors, we also have crew who are freelancers. So just trying to come up with a time frame that will accommodate everyone and not have scenes that you haven't shot. I know there's a word for that. It escaped my mind. Then what else? Having those tricky scenes, trying to get everyone comfortable, because again, these people are in relationships, are married, So, but by the end of the day, you also need that chemistry. You as a director, you need to see that chemistry, and it has to be seen on the screen. And also another challenge that we had is the normal ones, whether Nini, yeah.
Leila, are you able now to? I think we can see
Hello?
you. Maybe yeah, we can hear you now.
Am I done?
I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you.
We are frozen? Sorry. Everyone was quiet, so I don't know.
Let's pick up from Leila.
I was saying, time constraints, like I remember Justin was doing rehearsals for something, a shoot, a certain shoot. No, it was actually something for theater, a certain play. So he was shooting during the day. Then in the evening, he goes for rehearsals. Then he comes back for the night scenes. So yeah, we really had to push him. Like, we had this time limit that we need to shoot. We don't, because of location, and paying for that location was, it was quite an arm and a leg for us. Yeah, so they really put in their very best. We had to push them, and they didn't disappoint for sure. And also, I think resources as well. We had to work within a tight budget. Like the EP would say, I'm not removing any other money for any other thing. And sometimes things happen on set. There's an emergency. Sijui nini imevunjika. Lakini crew ilinisumbua. But at the end of the day, it worked out for the better good. So I would say it was time constraint and resources. Those are the two major things that posed as a challenge. But season
What
two,
were some of the locations that you guys were shooting at?
For Susan's house and Martin's house, we were shooting in an Airbnb, and we were being charged by the day. So we had to just finish all the house scenes. And most of the script happens inside the house. Most of the scenes are inside the house. So we had to shoot like day and night, day and night, day and night. And another house we used was Eric as well. It was an Airbnb, and some of the other scenes we shot in another house in Buruburu. So most of our scenes were in an Airbnb. So yeah, it was quite expensive, but we managed.
Nice. Martin, you had quite a schedule. How was it navigating, and making sure that you feel kept it professional and being on time?
Well, it was crazy. I had to call my boss on the other end and explain what was going on. And then for Leila as well, we had to plan the schedule so that I would have time to be away. Actually, what I felt was a waste of time was the movement from location to the theater, because we were at the Kenya National Theater, and then from there coming back, and calls asking, so how far are you? And I'm like, okay, I'm on the way. And I don't like to waste people's time. So let me say it was a burden for me to bear at that point. But I do appreciate that the production understood, and I even got a few cabs paid for. I really appreciate that, Winnie. Yeah, so it was crazy, and then I had to, go to rehearsal. I'm rehearsing for a very different character. Come back, and I have to get back into Martin's shoes. It was quite a stretch, but yeah, I think the synergy that we had, number one, with my dear actress here, Amali, and also the support I got from the entire team was really, it helped me along.
Cool.
Amali, if you do that, people will be looking at you funny, like, where are we waiting for you, CG, what? Yeah, but yeah, I felt
so
supported in
that sacrifices all around, yeah.
Can I add something? Can I add something to what Justin has said? I remember that it was one of the toughest day, because remember, Justin, we woke up very early to shoot Justin's scenes. Then by the end of the day, we have to break by 2 because he has to go to the theater. He goes all the way. He's woken up probably at around 5 a.m. There's no break. He goes to the theater, then comes back, because in between us guys, we ended up resting. He came back at around 8 or 9? Us guys, we've rested, but then now, because he's come back, there's no time for him to rest and sleep. We shot until I think 4 a.m. or I can't remember, some ridiculous hour. This is a guy who hadn't slept, and yet he delivered. Bebe Justin, that was, he was just a superhero on that particular day. Yeah.
Thanks, Winnie.
Yeah.
Amali, in terms of your scenes, what did you find difficult or easy? Or how much fun did you have on set?
What is happening with what? Anyway,
no,
I had what? I had so much. I think I had so much fun. Some of the scenes were a bit. There's a time we came to that stage, and she was like, "No, Mali, more skin," and I was like, "Girl, ukipanda tena tutaonesha vitu." But anyway, it was lovely. I loved it. Other than Winnie wanting me to be semi-naked, she's like, Amalie, we understand when ni mpwani lakini jaribu kidogo mama. So I guess I had so much fun. My scenes were not really as scandalous as you would imagine, or maybe like the rest. But I loved shooting as Kate. I loved the drama. I loved her ups and downs. I just loved Kate. I loved everything that Winnie and Ben did about on Kate. So I loved playing Kate. It was amazing. I know I've repeated amazing so many times. It was ilikuwa nilipenda hiyo walai. Yeah. Alafu kidogo pale Mali na Kate naambiwa watu wa nyumbani ati Mali na Kate hakuna tofauti. So labda nilipenda sana. Just a bit too much. Yeah. Yes. And I didn't necessarily have a team scene ngumu. Haikuwa ngumu sana. Kupiga fujo tu. Yeah, so I don't think I had a problem with any of my scenes. Maybe just getting ready for them. Especially like the touchy intimate ones. Otherwise, zingine zote was sawa. He was there to get
what
me.
people, yes, Wilfred, what people don't know, some parts for Amali, I just told her to roll with it. So it was more of ad-lib between Kate and Justin, and they did brilliant job, because I just told them, do whatever you have to do to make it real and convincible, and they ran away with it. So kudos to them as well.
The freestyling was amazing at some point. Manake labda ukuja na hasira zako nyumbani. That is the day Martin atakipata. So I also like that. I like the fact that we told us to run with it. So we were playing ourselves. Yeah. So I loved it. It was different from what I'm used to. So when you watch it was different from what I'm used to. So I loved the new challenge. I loved that sort of challenge. I loved it. I loved that we decided to go that way with that script. I was very skeptical about it though at first, because it was just like, so nafanya nini hapa? Just make it your own. Just do you, be you, Amali. I don't know if I was meant to be offended or take it as a compliment, but still, I ran with it. So I'm glad that she did that script the way she did it, and I'm really glad that she picked me to make it. So yeah, I'm glad, basically. Yani yote tisa. Nafurahi sana nilikuwa Kate.
I'd like to add on to that as well. The script, yani, it had Ben wrote like 2 lines for each scene. Alafu ingine ilikuwa, these people had lived all through this thing. Hata sijui kama it had stage directions.
they took the script, made it their own. They're just brilliant actors. Kwanza Mali alikuwa na freestyle. Hadi wasema, "What? Are you like this in real life?" But it was just so nice. Vile tu Winnie amesema, it was ad-libbed most of the parts. It had a lot of stage direction and a few lines. Most of it they incorporated. They understood the script and made it their own.
And maybe Winnie, in terms of directing, how much did you really push these guys, and also how much can you really push in terms of shooting such a show? And of course, wanting to not just be normal. Please unmute.
Oh yeah. Come again.
No, I'm just asking in terms of directing, how much could you really push, or how much did you push the actors into being able to deliver what you had envisioned?
Well, what really helped is most of them we had what is it called? What's the right? I don't know why the right terms are escaping my meaning. When you have a table read rehearsal before with the actors, and some of them, like Victoria, I'd call her on the phone and tell her, because again we live almost near each other, over the phone, and by the time they get on set, okay, apart from Justin, who was hey, but the thing with Justin, he kept calling and asking about his character, because remember, we didn't have a table read with him. He really wanted to understand the character, and probably at some point you're like, okay, you're like, huh? But then he really pushed me to, you also want to have an actor who is also challenging you. Tell me more about my character. So it's just about, again, before we roll the cameras, I tell, there's also expectation. This scene is all about this and this and this. Then they do it. Then after that, you give notes and just trying to make them feel as comfortable as possible and as real as possible. And of course, asking them, are you comfortable, or how would you be able, it's not just about what the director says. For me, it's okay, fine, I've given you my notes, but you also need to work with the actor, because even them, they've already understood that character, because it's no longer Justin, it's Martin. How do you understand Martin? How would Martin react in such a situation? So yeah, I think we worked together. It was not just me where Winnie says this, then no, it was just a collaboration between the director and the actors. I don't know whether I've answered you.
Yes, you have. And if I may ask, some of the scenes, I'm sure, were close sets, where it's just probably you and the actors and DP. How much, how comfortable was that for some of the actors or most of the actors who are playing these scenes?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. It was not comfortable at all for everyone on set, because it's awkward. For me, again, you're telling people to pretend that this is not real, but then now, and clearly these are two different people, and you want to see the chemistry between them, and it has to look as real as possible. So there's also that uncomfortable feeling that everyone has, because again, we made it a closed door set so that everyone feels comfortable, especially the actors, because they are the ones doing acting, doing the action, So it was just now the setup. It was the setup, but then now when the camera rolls, it was just the most important people, and trying to just make them as comfortable as possible. I remember with Justin and Victoria, at some point, we just give them time to just, try to at least bond. And then, yes.
Nice.
Because their scenes were a bit, yeah, they were a bit intense because of the characters. For Amali, the reason why it was polite scenes, it's because of her character. She's not the nasty person, whatever, in the bedroom. Yes, she's a bitch, but she doesn't go the nasty way compared to now Susan. So that's how the two are when it comes to sex, bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah. Amali, when it comes to bedroom scenes, how comfortable are you? Or, would you do sex scenes if asked to?
I think one can only get as comfortable as as possible. One can only, yeah. I was okay with the things because they were really not that scandalous, yeah, like when he says. So I've not necessarily done. This is my most scandalous production yet. So sijui hizo zingine zitakuwa vipi na sijui itarespond vipi, lakini hii in particular haikuwa mbaya. Alafu pia Justin is a gentleman. So Justin is a gentleman also, so kidogo alinisaidia kuwa wale kuna watu wengine bana ingekuwa balaa pale, lakini Justin was Martin. He was just he was kind, he was patient, he was very tulibebana vizuri. So I'm really glad it was Justin who did that role. So yeah, it wasn't bad. So let me just say, for Susan's Diary, Martin's Chronicles, Kate's scandalous scenes were not bad for Mali. They were good. They were scandalous enough. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, I wasn't really uncomfortable doing them. I was quite okay.
Okay. There's someone saying on YouTube that Justin boy child alikaliwa kabisa.
Boy child alikaliwa mazee. Mazee, whatever. Sio huyu. Kate ni mnoma mazee. And I really feel for people who are in relationships like that, where you can't have like where you don't understand each other, I think that's one of the things that Winnie, as the creator of the show, was trying to go for. Yani hamwezi sikizana kwa hao, yani ni vita tu, yani I have to have my way, the other person has to have their way. There is no middle ground. I think it's really it's crazy. And sijui mazee yenyewe Martin mazee, I pity the guy. Kile tumesikia.
Yeah. Winnie, maybe the one person we haven't talked much about is Susan. And just maybe speak more about her role and how connected it was with Martin's role as well. Because that sets up the whole series at the beginning, right?
Wilfred, kindly repeat the question.
Sorry, I'm asking. Just talk about the role of Susan, and also how Justin comes into it, or Martin, to be specific, and how that sets up the whole season.
Oh yeah, I've actually even seen on YouTube someone has asked about Victoria. So Victoria, Susan. Susan is what? Okay, I didn't hear the last bit, but yeah, let me, because my internet is a bit unstable. So basically, Susan is a 30-year-old lady who is looking for love. So she's in a different headspace. And also Martin is also in a different headspace where now he's in a relationship with a girl who is just driving her crazy. So these two end up meeting for some reason, as in through a dating app. They end up meeting. Remember, they are all looking for something. So they end up meeting. The very first time they meet, there's a lot of chemistry, there's connection, there's fire between them, there's, the sparks, everything. Just what everyone is looking for in a relationship. You're looking for that spark. Now, for this girl, especially for the girl, oh yeah, there's that spark and chemistry and connection. So what happens is they end up having a one-night stand, and that one-night stand just changes the rest of their lives forever. As for Susan, later on she realizes that she was being played, and that's how she ends up looking at relationships differently. And for Martin, it's a lesson for him, because you see, you go out there looking for fun times, then you realize, this woman is becoming too attached, but me, I penda Kate, Ebu, let me talk her in this mix. So that is what ended up happening. So that's the connection. That's how they ended up meeting and now diverting into their own respective relationships. Now, probably knowing better, knowing better. As for Susan, knowing how she'll handle this guy, the next guy that she's gonna meet for the rest of her dating period. Then as for Martin, it's just, let me keep this girl and try to accept the drama that comes along with, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So going forward, what are your plans for the show?
Of course, have a bigger, better season 2 with more better funding. We'll go big. We are planning to go big, have amazing stories, and build these characters, and incorporate what we've been seeing when it comes to relationships, here and there. Yeah, so we are hoping for a bigger, better season 2. And also, before we get there might be I don't know, there might be what is it called, a spin-off very soon. Yeah, so there's that. Wilfred,
Yeah.
can talk about that. Is that right? Yeah. So a spin-off before a season 2. So that's there's something coming up very soon. So yes.
Cool. Amali and Justin, what are what are those roles that you're looking for, in terms of playing next? And of course, apart from Susan's Diary and Martin's Friend. I'm asking what is that one role that you always wish to play one day? Well, Justin's already. I mean, we've just seen him on bigger platforms like Netflix the other day. So I'm sure you have that one character that you'd love to play.
Charlie on Netflix. Anyway,
Amalia, go first.
For me, I think I told you the other day. I would like to do a combat role, like old guard kind of things. Yani, us all the time ni pita tu machana huyu, like to play like a combat role, like a very.
Sorry, we can't hear. We can't
very
hear you. We can't hear you very well. Maybe move your computer.
Like a very badass. And move it around.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Like a badass, like those combat movies. Like I would like to do that. I would be in an action kind of movie. You know, those well coordinated action movies. Those inshallah, one of these days.
Awesome, awesome. Justin?
Well, I think for me, it's really about how deep I can go as an actor. So what I'm looking for is for the day that I have, because I always feel like I did not have enough time with the script, or I didn't go as deep as I'd want to. So I just love hearing those stories where people have gone for like a 3 month sabbatical or 6 months just preparing for a role, working out, getting your body toned, learning a new language, just being away from home. Okay, being away from home and getting paid for it. All right, I think that's really amazing. And now from there, for a film like that, I think you get some really good quality from the actors. And I also think I do, like Amalia, I'd want to do a bit more action. I did one that I really loved. It's not out yet. I'm not allowed to speak about it, but there's one coming soon, and I'm really excited about it. And so yeah, a bit more action, a bit more green screen kind of stuff where you're being more imaginative. For the dramas, maybe just have more time to prepare and just have it, make it a full-time affair. I think that's really what I want to see. And I think as our industry grows and as we're getting stuff out onto Netflix and to other platforms across the continent and across the world, I think this is going to become possible. So I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome, awesome. I think there's someone asking some questions, Winnie, on YouTube as well. Kimani is asking, Winnie, there was a lady, slim girl on bed, on the bed with Martin. What was her story?
Well, how I can answer that question, go subscribe to Vumi Central. It's only 500 bob. Watch the whole season. You will get to know the story. Yeah, that's it. I think he's watched the trailer. So if you want to know what was going on, just go watch the show, the complete season. Yes, Kimani? It was Kimani? Yes, I think I've answered you.
Great. And then there was a Paola Motachi who says they love the series, very entertaining. That's good feedback for you.
Thank you, Paola Motachi.
Cool. Maybe just last words as we close. And anything that we might have left out. I don't know who do we start with? Do we start with Leila?
Leila. Unmute.
Winnie.
Oh, yeah.
So
we can hear you.
I'm saying Winnie, start us off.
No, we start with you.
Well, what I can say is as creators, let's not be afraid to tell our stories. Let's not be afraid to be unique, to be different. Just as we decided to because someone told me, I like the script. It's very direct. That we explain our ETC. So let's tell our stories.
Sorry, Leila, we are really struggling to hear you. No, your line is breaking so badly. Maybe we go to someone else and then we come back to you. Justin, do you want to some final words?
Yeah, I would say the dust before the broom, but okay, fine. Yeah, I think this is an exciting time for Kenyan content. People are writing more. There's a more bold approach to what we're seeing on screen, on and even online. And like, I really like what was done for Martin's Chronicles, Susan's Diary, the boldness with which the stories are told, and the for lack of a better word, the nakedness. You know, like it's a frank conversation between the characters and what they're going through. We really get to see what they're going through, and it's relatable for a lot of us. I think even in the feedback that we've been getting is that it's relatable. Um, so I like the direction that we're taking as Kenyans in our content. I think we just keep developing stories pulled from our personal experiences, because it's a lot easier to draw from what you know. For other things, we can do a bit of what do you call it? Like, ask around. There's someone who's gone through something that you haven't, but you want to tell about it. So I'm seeing a lot of some writers online asking, okay, has anyone ever been in this situation? How did you react to it? So I think all those are processes that will help us tell stories better, because I think in terms of tech, we are good. We're good. And now the networks are opening up, even with Vumi Central and other platforms. So let's keep developing our stories. Let's keep digging into the things we know, how we feel, and the people around us, and we're going to do great.
Awesome. Chopeta. Did I say the word,
Yes,
the name correctly?
yes, you did. Thank you. Thank you.
Any last
Oh,
words?
wait,
God, sorry, we can't hear.
what was your question again? Oh, any last word? Be bold, take the lead. Do not underestimate yourself. People are out here doing yeah. People are out here doing stuff on very little, So just do you. If you have an idea, run with it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, If you sit on it, I mean, risk not knowing what would have. So be bold, be creative, take that leap. Pray to God and just do it. I'm sure you'll get it at some point. But kama hujui hapo mwanzoni, practice makes perfect. That's what they say, yeah? So taratibu tu, but just start. Anza, do you. Yeah, basically that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think so. And I love how creatives are nowadays. Everyone just wants to do their best. Everyone is just coming out and everyone is just running with it. It's really encouraging. It's really encouraging. Sika kitambo lazima this and this ifanyike ama lazima ujue huyu na huyu. Siku hizi everyone is doing something and I like it. I'm glad I'm here for it.
Awesome. Cool. I think we have, I don't know, we have Leila back. If not, maybe Winnie, you can throw in some words of wisdom.
Before doing the last for best for Winnie, I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so I think my last parting words would be let's not be afraid to create. Let's keep on creating, even if it's just mobile competitions that people are doing. Let's keep on creating. That's how you fuel creativity. And like waiting for this big project you want to take part in, and you can start with the small ones. So anyone out there who wants to create, just keep on creating, fuel your creativity. That's how it grows. You have a script, write it, shoot it, get your friends to do it. The people who, your crew, your people, get them shoot. And I think also we have made a lot of progress as in the film industry in Kenya. I look back, I think 5 years ago, now we are opting for putting our content online, streaming, and the recent developments of where we've had things getting to Netflix, which is a huge milestone and even much more to come. So I think let's continue creating and yeah, let's keep on dreaming more and trying to avoid being too cliche. So
Just be unique in what you do, believe in yourself, believe in your craft, and it will soon pay off. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Winnie?
Pat, yeah, just like everyone, isn't it amazing to see our content on Netflix and everywhere? And right now there are so many platforms to put our content on. Like right now, Vumi Central, there are so many VODs that are out there. I mean, right now people are able to watch this show because of Vumi Central, and which is an amazing VOD platform. Like what Nani Leila has said, and I think Justin, let's just continue creating and tell. It's a high time. Right now I'm seeing now like yeah, our content is going international. It's a high time we continue making creative and real stories where we are not emulating the West. It has to reach a point where now these guys start telling our stories the way we are supposed to be, the way we are supposed to tell them. So it's just a matter of being open, bold, creative, and just going out there and tell stories that people can relate to, build characters that when someone, because the audience is not stupid, build characters or create characters that people, when they watch, they go like, and yeah, that's me. Yes. So, but Kenyans, our creative industry is growing and growing, and people want that bold, stories that are relatable. So, yeah, I think so far so good. We as an industry, tuko tu sawa, but we just need to put more effort, and also use, even if your content is not taken by Netflix. I think I'm not saying Netflix is the only whatever. I'm seeing people nowadays, the type of content people are producing, content. People are hungry for content. So like what Leila has said, use your phone, use your whatever, call people to come and collaborate and work and work on your concept. That is what we did on this project. And that's why this project to me means a lot, because it's the crew, it's the actors, it's everyone. I'm not lying to you. Everyone who came on board came with something, as an actor, as a creator, as crew. They came, they believed in the project, and they're like, okay, fine, Winnie, let's do this. Let's grow together. And that's why we also had some parts actors, I told them, okay, you can ad-lib, you can do this. The DOP brought his game on. Everyone who came on board, that's how we did it. I can proudly say that. I cannot say it's my project alone. I was probably the brainchild, but it's teamwork. Everyone who came on board, we just sat down and said, you know what? Let's push this thing. Let's do this thing. And that's why it's on Vumi Central, one of the leading VOD platforms in Kenya. By this Ichochi, it's true.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, thank you for the kind words. Yeah, so just in case you haven't watched it, please just check it out. Support these amazing filmmakers. It's the only way they can keep making more and more. It's only 500 bob. So, and you can binge on it on one of the weekends or any weekday that you're not working, or in one of the evenings. You can watch on your phone as well. I think it won't consume as much bandwidth. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy, and please give them feedback when you watch the show, so that they can improve and make it better. And also looking forward to season 2 as well. Yeah, so thank you guys for so much for making time tonight. I hope people will be able to follow up. Just please maybe share your handles in terms of social media, so that we can continue to tag you and ask the questions, other questions if they have. Yeah, and of course the video will be available on YouTube for anyone to watch over later on.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much for making the time. Yeah, and maybe I don't know if you want to. If you have a specific handle that you want people to follow, Winnie.
This or I say it verbally.
Yeah, sure.
This yeah, or on Facebook, Instagram, absolute image. Yeah, basically. And my personal email, my personal one is Winnie Adisa. Yeah.
Amali?
Yeah.
Mine is Amalie Chopeta on most of them. Amalie Chopeta Facebook, Amalie Chops on IG, A Chopeta on Twitter. Those three, yeah.
Awesome. Justin?
Just Google Justin Mirichi. There's only one. But on Instagram, it's at J Mirichi. On Facebook, I have an actors page, Justin Mirichi Actor.
Awesome. I don't know if Leila is there as well.
For me, so yeah, mine is Leila. Yes, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Awesome. Yeah, and then anytime you can follow at Vumi Central on all our handles or across all social media, it's the same username. Thank you, guys. Hope you had a good time, and looking forward to season 2.
Absolutely. Thank you for hosting.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.